All right, we left off last time with this picture of the Parliament building in Budapest, Hungary. It was built in the 19th century and is a major tourist site. And then I started to cough, so I'm sorry about that, but that is a beautiful building. Okay, the next part is the presidential republic. In a presidential republic, the head of state or president has real power. The president is elected either by the people, as in the United States, Russia, Mexico, or France, or by a parliament, as head of the largest political party, as in South Africa. In both cases, the president serves for a fixed period, usually 4 to 6 years, before he or she has to be elected again. Presidents usually have a great deal of power since they are the leaders of the nation. In the United States, the president runs the government. This means that he or she is responsible for seeing that all laws made by Congress are enforced. The president, however, does not make the laws. Congress is made up of people elected from each state. Sometimes, as in France, the president may appoint a prime minister to help. Presidents are often in charge of the armed services, manage the national finances, and handle relations with foreign countries and represent the country when traveling abroad. Picture up here shows the supporters of Nelson Mandela as they campaigned for him to be elected the president of South Africa in 1994. And down here we have the American president Barack Obama was elected for a second term in 2013. Alternative forms of government. Although democracy is the world's most common form of government, there are other ways of running a country. Here are 5 alternative types of government. The first is the communist state. Communist governments, such as those in China and Cuba, are based on the idea that the country itself, not private individuals, should own property, industry, and business, so that everyone has an equal share of the nation's wealth. Because everyone is equal, everyone can be represented by one party, the Communist Party, which runs the country on their behalf. And that shows the leader of Cuba, Cuban leader Fidel Castro. Underneath that is the theocracy. A theocracy is a country ruled by religious leaders. Today, there are only 2 theocracies in the world, Islamic Iran and the Roman Catholic Vatican City, the headquarters of the Pope in Rome. And down here on this is showing you a picture of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the leader of Iran. Other alternative forms of government is the monarchy. In the past, every monarch was an absolute or total ruler of the country and had complete power over his or her subjects. Most monarchs have now handed over their powers to parliament and have no real power as in the United Kingdom. Some, such as Saudi Arabia, Brunei, and Swaziland in southern Africa, still have enough power to govern their countries as they see fit. And there you can see the Sultan of Brunei. Over here, dictatorship. Some countries are run by a dictator, a single, usually unelected ruler who holds total power. Dictators may have advisors to rely on, but will always have the final say themselves. Dictators control the armed services and the police, so they are able to keep every citizen under control. They usually do not allow political parties, so no one can organize against them. They also control schools, television, newspapers, so people learn only what is acceptable to the dictator. And then down here, we have the military government. When a monarch or an elected government fails to govern properly, the armed services may intervene and run the country themselves. Although military leaders are very good at keeping order, they are not usually as good at running a country. Many military governments eventually hand their powers back to an elected government. And down there you can see the Army of Myanmar on parade. And in parentheses it says Burma because that's the name that it used to be called, was Burma.